Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to beautiful downtown Hamilton, Ohio, here in historic German Village at the Lane Library as we dedicate this beautiful new mural called Stream of Consciousness, which is the brand new StreetSpark Mural here for Hamilton. My name is Ian Mackenzie Thurley. I'm the Executive Director of the Fitton Center for Creative Arts. And along with our partners in the City of Hamilton and the Hamilton Community Foundation, we would like to thank everybody for coming out today for this fantastic community support, and also congratulate the StreetSpark team and the wonderful group of artists who have created this amazing mural, and you'll be meeting all of them today. I need to thank also the Ohio Arts Council and Arts Wave in Cincinnati for their continued support of the Fitton Center and the arts in Hamilton. We certainly do appreciate it, and please put your hands together for them. Thank you very much. The StreetSpark Murals, we're now in our 8th year and doing incredible work throughout the city of Hamilton in sizes this big and everything in between. It never ceases to amaze me in the amount of work that goes into this and the incredible detail of these artists. Creating art is a challenge in itself, but doing it to this scale on scaffolding in the outdoors, which means you get bugs, it means you get heat, it means you get rain, and to create this is an absolutely astounding feat, and I'm incredibly proud to be a part of it and the amazing team that puts all of this together. This is the last of our dedications for this year. We've got some fantastic things planned for next year, working with the Miami Conservancy District, and we'll be looking to go down beside the river. So watch this space. I know we'll be having some information coming out very soon for our request for qualifications for artists there. So really excited to do that. And again, I really appreciate the partnership we have here in Hamilton to make this alive and to bring StreetSpark to the streets and the communities here in Hamilton. But to be down here in the library, the Lane Library, with incredible history in Hamilton and a great cultural and learning center for the city of Hamilton and throughout Butler County, we're incredibly privileged and would like to say thank you to the team here that I know have looked after the artists very well. So thank you very much to the Lane Library team. Thank you. It now gives me great pleasure to hand the microphone over to Jen Akers-Smith, who with her and her team in management, being able to bring another incredible piece of art from this big to this big over these months. And congratulations to Jen and her team. Jen Akers-Smith.
Thank you so much, Ian. Thanks, everybody, for coming out today. I'm sorry we don't have more shade to offer you. It was so clear with this wall that the artists that were applying to our call were really inspired to create a piece here at the library. There were so many quality designs. It was really difficult to choose. But I think what really made Anissa's design stand out was that it was the celebration of youth and a love for learning. So all of these bubbles that you see around the main figure here, they're all representative of concepts of STEAM. So science, technology, engineering, art, and math. And so these are all things that you can access right here in this building. So I think it's just such an inspiring message to girls, to just all of our young Hamiltonians, that when you go into this place, you can be whomever you wish. And I think it was really important to Lane Libraries, too, to send that message that invites this next generation into the doors. So I just want to give a big thank you to Lane Libraries just for being such amazing supporters and for bringing this design to reality. And I want to thank Anissa and Sydney and their team. Thank you so much for your vision and for your hard work, because this is an amazing result. And of course, I want to thank the City of Hamilton and the Hamilton Community Foundation. They are our sponsors, and they are the reason that we can keep bringing public art to Hamilton. We couldn't do it without them. And thank you to our design selection committee. I see a few people out there. Give a wave if you are on our committee or have been on our committee. I know there's a bunch, yes. Thank you. These are about 15 individuals. We change it up every couple of years, and there are groups of our partners, artists, community members, and people that come together and look at these submissions and score them and ultimately help us choose what goes onto the walls. So thank you for your time. And thank you also to the Fitness Center staff. There's so much that happens behind the scenes for these things to happen and go up on walls. And so it's a team effort, and I really, really appreciate that. And finally, thank you to Hanson Scaffolding. They have worked with us for many years, and we oftentimes ask them to do kind of like really custom builds, and they make it happen. They work really hard to make it right, and they keep our artists safe. So we really appreciate them as well. So let's give a round of applause to these groups, please. Thank you all for allowing us to do this work. And now I would like to introduce to you Carrie Mancuso. Carrie is the Public Relations Manager for Lane Libraries, and she's been such a wonderful supporter in making this mural happen.
So right before Jen came up, I said, "You're going to say all the stuff I have planned to say, aren't you?" And she said, "Yeah, probably." And she did. So thank you for saying all the things that I am also feeling. And I hate to reiterate too much, but this is a time for thank yous. And we are so honored to be a part of what is kind of becoming an elite group of murals in this city and places for our community members and our visitors, which are growing all the time, to come and visit. It's obviously wonderful for our organization. I really hope to see that we draw more people in who have come to see the outside and then continue to explore the inside when they're here. So I really do want to thank Jen in particular for planning all of this. She puts a lot of hard work into this with StreetSpark, and I'm really appreciative of that. And the whole StreetSpark team, the Fitness Center, and also the artists. We're just really thrilled to have such wonderful artists who have these visions and make them come to life. There you go. And I think on a day like today, we can really appreciate what they suffer through for their art to be out in heat like this. So, they go through a lot, I believe, to make these things come to life, and we're all very appreciative of that. And I could just stare at this for hours, and that's one of the things that I'm most excited about with this particular mural is that there's so much to it. I invite you all to really not just stay and look at it today, but to come by at different times and let different things capture your eye, because that's just, there's so much here. It's something beautiful to take in as you go by, as you drive by or walk by. But it's also the kind of mural that you can really stay with for a while and take in different elements of and learn more about every time you see it. So I invite you to do that and to bring your family and your friends and do that and really take it in for everything that it's worth. One of the things I just wanted to kind of lament on and point out is I think that when we became a site, at first there was probably a little bit of concern here and there from people about the fact that we're a historic building in a historic part of town. And that was something that we absolutely did not take lightly, and we wanted to make sure that we did the right way. And I really think that we've come up with a best case scenario in that you can come and visit the Hamilton Lane Library, founded and opened in 1866, and enjoy the front views as they have always stood, iconically and historically. But now we have a new vantage point from a different place over here that really celebrates the present and the future. And so I think it's a wonderful juxtaposition to be able to enjoy history and the present and the future all in one place from different vantage points. So you can still take in the gorgeous view that we have from the front and the history that comes with that, while now enjoying something brand new that was just a big blank wall before and now is absolutely full of life and inspiration. So I hope that you'll enjoy that. While community murals are meant to be enjoyed without necessarily taking into account what's on the inside of the building, as Jen said, this has been a real opportunity for us to enjoy having something on the outside that continues within. And I just wanted to kind of point out the things that I think Jen touched on a lot of those things, but we represent community. We're not just books. You know, everybody thinks of books, but we've said for many, many decades, we're not just books. We're so much more than that. We're community. Community is represented here by the river, by the German influence in the girls' clothing. We're ideas. Anything is possible. Anything is possible to attain, and that starts at your library. And we are our youth's future. And I think that that's especially important, that we want to, both inside our building and out here with this mural, we want to inspire our youth to think big, to think ahead, to think about things that they're not necessarily hearing about all the time that maybe they can do. And that's where STEAM comes into place a lot of the time. So we are these things on the inside as well as the outside, and I love that that happens to be the case. But it doesn't matter, because this mural can stand completely on its own to be an inspiration and a beautiful thing. So we are extremely honored to get to have a mural from StreetSpark on our Hamilton Lane Library, and we plan to enjoy it along with the community for many years to come. And here's Ian.
Thanks, Carrie, and thank you again to the Lane Library staff and team. We really do appreciate it. We hear a lot here in Hamilton of the success, the renaissance of Hamilton, and that truly comes from partnership within the community, with a section of nonprofits, with our governmental leaders, and the energy that comes and sparks with all of those things coming together. Mentioning about being in an historic district, obviously working with the Architectural Design Review Board to bring these things to fruition, and also our partners here at with the Fitness Center and StreetSpark in the City of Hamilton and the Hamilton Community Foundation. And just a few months ago, talking about what we were doing, I sat in a room literally across the street and being asked, where is the next mural, and being able to point right over my shoulder at this wall was something pretty special to be able to do, because I don't think we've ever had funding across the street for a project before. So with that, I would like to invite John Gaduli, who is the CEO of the Hamilton Community Foundation and a strong partner with the Fitness Center, with StreetSpark, and indeed all of the City of Hamilton and now beyond, to say a few words. Thank you very much, John.
Thank you, Ian. The Hamilton Community Foundation is pleased and proud to be part of this. As Ian mentioned, we've been a partner on StreetSpark since its inception, which I guess is 8 years ago. Time has gone by very quickly, but if you look around town, you'll see the results of 8 years of really good, really artistic work that we've been able to create. So we're really pleased about it. This one kind of is special, obviously, because it's right across the street. We have one in German Village already, which was kind of nice, but not quite as close as this. So it's really special for us to be part of funding this at the Lane Public Library as we look across the street from the Lane Hooven House, obviously both named after the same gentleman, Clark Lane, who built the house in 1863 and then the library a couple of years later. So the foundation tries to do important work in the community in both small things and in large things. And one of the really cool things about StreetSpark is it's both. I mean, as you look around, you can see the little small differences that are made throughout the community. But then when you look at something like this, it's a large undertaking. And then when you look at it in the whole mosaic of the city, it's a pretty large and impactful change. So we're very pleased and proud to be part of it. Thank you all for being here today, and hope we continue to do great projects in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you so much. I want to tell you a little bit about our designer. She actually got held up, but I'm going to tell you about what she does, and you'll probably understand why. She does so much amazing work. She's an artist, organizer, and musician in Cincinnati, Ohio. She graduated in 2018 with a Bachelor of Science in Industrial Design from the University of Cincinnati Dapp College. Anissa is the co-director of Girls Rock Cincinnati, a nonprofit that fuels joy through art and music for girls and gender variant youth. She is the mural studio manager for Artworks Cincinnati and is currently an artist in residence at the Contemporary Art Center. And she performs in an indie rock band called Wavelet. So, pretty amazing person. We're really proud of this design that she created. She was a co-lead artist on this project, along with Sydney McAdams, who's here, and we have Ellie Wallace, Trinity Stewart, and Olivia Celesti. And they were our artist team that created this on the wall. So I just want to thank Anissa and her team for just working so hard. Like Ian said, sometimes it can be pretty intense conditions to be up there on the wall. So they really did a wonderful job. And with that, yes. And with that, I'm going to close, and I'd just like to ask our artists, any committee members that are here, and our partners to just stay for some brief photos. We'd like to get some in front of the mural. And thank you all for being here.